Hello. I did a video yesterday called Why Didn't God Intervene? And I just wanted to do a part two today to try to clear up some things that I was explaining on that video. So um, I gave a couple examples of some situations that I went through, and I was saying that sometimes God doesn't intervene in those examples because He's trying to teach you something. Well, what I was realizing was the example I gave with abuse, that doesn't really apply, so I'd like to elaborate more on an abuse situation or something very difficult that you might go through. Why doesn't God intervene in situations like that? So, um, I'm not saying that you can't learn something through it, but those kind of situations kind of go back to my first message, where I was talking about why does God do this to me. Um, it kind of goes into God only has so much power, and and I gave an example of how my mother had abused me by dragging me off a couch, and I thought that God may be able to send somebody to knock on the door. And I'm not saying that God doesn't have the power to send somebody to knock on the door, but He does have situations where He can only do so much. Like, if He wants a certain person to come knock on the door, they may have a fear get in their way where, like, let's say it's the UPS guy, he has a fear that he is going to be late or early or something like that. So maybe he does knock on the door, but he's 3 hours late or he's a day late. I mean, God only has so much power to do something in the moment that it's needed. And I mean, this is just a theory, kind of some things that I've learned, but um, sometimes, I know it sounds strange, but sometimes God will have things happen to us and it will take years before we understand it. And I'm not talking about 2 or 3 years. I mean, I've had things that happen to me that have been 10 years, 20 years, and I still don't understand. And I don't know if there's some, like, um, some kind of thing learned through, like, not knowing something and trying to figure something out, or maybe there is patience learned through waiting on your answer. Sometimes you may never know, and sometimes it takes another person to learn, the reason why God didn't intervene. Um, Sometimes it just takes experience, different things like that. But I really just wanted to elaborate on the example of the abuse. Not that you're supposed to just learn patience or or try to figure it out yourself. It's not necessarily that. There are all kinds of different things that may need to happen in those type of situations. So that's just my quick version of, I guess, elaborating on what I was saying yesterday. So I guess that's all I'm going to say today, and I will continue my videos in the future. Thank you.